The next clipping action to look at is clip volume. A clip volume is similar to a display depth, except that while a display depth displays a horizontal thickness across the entire design cube, a clip volume uses a closed 3D shape to display only the volume inside that 3D shape. To use this option, you need to either draw a specific 3D shape to use as the clip volume, or use existing geometry as the clip volume. If you draw a specific shape, you usually do this as a construction class element so that it can be retained in the design but turned off when not in use. In addition to a specific 3D shape, you can use almost any element type to generate the 3D volume. I've got an example on the screen here right now showing you exactly what I mean by a clip volume. Here we see a congested architectural design. If I wanted to work just on that staircase, then it's quite hard to do with all the 3D elements. So what I would do would be to clip out that staircase with a 3D volume, and the net result will be this. There's my 3D shape, you can see that in the broken lines, and that clips out just the volume of the staircase. And now I can work just on that without interference from the other 3D elements. So let's go ahead and place a 3D element in the design and use it as a clip volume. Now again, I'm going to start working from the top view, and I'm going to change the location of my active depth. So active depth tool, select the view, click in the top view. I see my current active depth at the top of the step block. I'm going to relocate that now just below the step block. There. Now nothing has changed that we can see, which is fine. Just double check. Let's see where that actual plane is. Draw a circle in the top view, and we see it appearing just below the front face there. That's exactly where I want it. Okay, let's draw this time a rectangle. I'm going to place the rectangle around this part of the step block. Now that's showing up here in the isometric, and here in the other two views. Now I should have made that a construction element. So I'm going to select it and change it to construction. But I'm going to remember to turn it back to primary afterwards. So this is now a construction element. And if I look at view attributes, constructions are on, which is a good thing. Now at this point, this is just a planar rectangle. I need to turn this into a 3D shape. So let's open up a 3D tool. Go to Tools and scoot down until you see Solids. Zoom across, pick up Create Solids, and what I want is Solid by Extrusion. Now I can select this new rectangle and extrude it, in this case upwards. And I'm going to use the isometric view for this. So select the object, extrude it upwards, stop just above the step block and left click. And there's my 3D element. Now again, it displays in wireframe as we've been using so far. And that's because we haven't turned on any of the shading attributes that we could set. And I want to leave it in wireframe anyway, but it is a solid object. Next thing is to turn my solid into a clip volume. And to do that, I need to go down to this tool, Clip Volume, Apply or Modify Clip Volume. This time you're going to click and hold on that icon, and we'll open it as a toolbox. There's my Clip Volume toolbox. I need the first tool, and I need to select this selection here, which is Apply Clip Volume by Element, because I have an element in place. Now I go across and select my element, and left click and right click to stop the action. I'm going to work on the isometric view, so let's turn off constructions, which will turn off the view of my 3D element, so view attributes, and turn off constructions. And now I'm looking at just that central part of the step block. If I do a dynamic view, then you'll see that I only see that vertical volume enclosed by the 3D element. So I'll right click to stop the rotation. Now notice that the clip volume has only been applied to the isometric view, since that's the one I chose, but you can apply it to any of the other views as well. So I would go back to my Apply Clip Volume by Element, and in the front view here, select that, and I've clipped this off. And turn off constructions in that view, and I see exactly the same thing as the isometric, but now in the front view. So that just proves that this is a view-by-view process, which allows you, in fact, to have different and separate clips in each open view. But you can't have more than one clip volume in each view, but each view could have a different one. In addition, clip volume in view attributes must be on in order to see the clip. So if I turn that off, then in the front view, I see the entire step block, turn clip volume back on again, and I have the clip. So quite a bit of control over what you're seeing and how you see things. Now, of course, having placed a clip volume, you need to remove it at some point. Simple enough, use the Clear Active Clip Volume tool to do so. Activate the tool, select the view, and while the clip volume element remains in place, the actual display of the clip volume has disappeared. Now at this point, I am going to remove that element. So, as always, please practice. Try placing clip volumes in different views with different shaped elements and see what results you get.